We're looking today at Matthew chapter 18, and in Matthew 18, the disciples come to Jesus with a question. In verse 1, they say, "Who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven?" See, the heart of the question for them really was, how great will I be? What will be my rank relative to the other disciples? The disciples wanted assurance that they were going to get positions of greatness in the kingdom, and it's a trap that we can so easily fall into ourselves. We desire position, we aspire to be seen as great. We want the fame and the acclaim that comes with greatness. We want to be the centre of attention. And Jesus shows them what greatness truly looks like in his kingdom. He brings a child over and says to the disciples in verses 3 and 4, "Truly I say to you, unless you turn and become like children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Whoever humbles himself like this child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven." So what Jesus is teaching us is that the way to be great is to humble yourself. In first century Jerusalem, children weren't highly valued. But that's who Jesus holds up as the way to greatness. In the way of the kingdom, the least become the greatest. And when we truly grasp that, it turns things upside down. When we realise that we don't achieve greatness by seeking the top positions for ourselves, but by humbling ourselves, becoming the least and doing the lowly tasks that everyone else avoids. Things like washing feet, as we'll soon see Jesus do later on in Matthew. We don't become great in the worldly dog-eat-dog manner where we trample over others in a rush to the top. Kingdom greatness is found in humbly getting stuck in, quietly doing the kingdom work without seeking great fanfare for ourselves, and being prepared to get our hands dirty for the sake of the kingdom. So the application for us today is to not seek position for the sake of being seen as the top dog. Seek to serve and do so with humility, with all your heart, giving Jesus your all and not really caring about who's watching you or what praise you're getting for it, but being content that you're doing it for his sake, for his kingdom. Take as your example today Jesus, who, in the ultimate act of love, humbled himself, left the throne of heaven and came to earth, being born in a stable and dying a sinner's death on a tree to open the gate of heaven for all of us. And as we move to prayer, ask Jesus for help in following his example of humility. Pray for the humility to be content doing the work God has created and called you for, regardless of whether or not you get earthly recognition for it.